laughs, bits, tangents. Matt and Mike, virginal fans, began watching One Piece and everything the show had to offer, and their nonsense ideas drove them to create their podcast.
Buggy the Clown is back. Fuck.
This is a One Piece podcast.
These words lured listeners to their grand show in what's now known as the Funpiecepodcast.
Yayo, 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 ho ho, set sail for Fun Piece. It's the name of the podcast with Matt and Mike. Yayo, yayo, set sail for Fun Piece.
Hey everybody, it's a classic intro. Welcome to the Fun Piece Podcast. It's me, one of your hosts, Matt.
And your other host who just took a sip of tea who's got bad belly today, it's Mike.
And also the historian's here.
Yep.
I should have waited till just then to open up my giant bag of pretzels.
There's some good pretzel sounds beforehand.
Hell yeah. Hey everybody, welcome to the Fun Piece Podcast. This is a One Piece podcast where, did you know? Could you guess? We're watching One Piece, the anime, for the first time.
Mm-hmm. The great epic of our time. It's still ongoing. We are. And yeah, we're watching it for the first time, and we're recording our reactions and enjoying it, but we're not reading because we don't know how to read. Nope. Don't understand it.
Anything at all.
Move this off the
Mike's
stop recording button.
What? Mike's a little low energy today, as he said.
This is going to be, which is crazy because this, I said it to Matt before recording, this is my favorite arc of One Piece. This is the best confrontation with a villain Luffy has ever had. This is the most Luffy has ever been on the ropes, on the cusp of losing.
On the ropes. I like that turn of phrase because it has to do with boxing.
Yeah. We get, it's so good. It's like the afro man, it's really fucking good. I was more on the edge of my seat watching these than any of the Eneru stuff. Any of Skypiea.
I felt very similarly. However, through it all, I was also just so mad. I was just so mad at Luffy. And also really mad at Zoro and Sanji. I was mad at most of the Straw Hats. For
Zoro really fucked up.
Zoro fucked up so bad.
Sanji fucked up in a predictable way.
It's still fucking up.
And Zoro was anti-Afro, which I was
We'll get to the Afro. I have a whole bit about it.
Okay.
And it's going to totally work in podcast form.
It's not going to work at all, but that's okay.
All right.
That's fine.
Let's just get into it. Let's get into it because I'm tired. Episode 2, I fell asleep to episode 1, The Phantom Menace, today. And I occasionally woke up to awful Jar Jar Binks sounds. Anyway, Episode 214, alternate title is Looks Like Foxy Really Ate the Lose-Lose Fruit.
Oh, got him. Also, honk, 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 honk. This is a Buggy Watch. It's been 79 episodes since we last saw Buggy the Clown.
Buggy Watch. Buggy Watch. Welcome to the Buggy Watch.
Oh, also shout out to the historian for sending me an entire TikTok page dedicated to the 4Kids dub of. Have you seen this, Matt?
I think I've seen clips that you have sent me from it.
It's just an account that posts clips from the 4Kids dub.
I just follow it because it's all not spoilers. At some point, I do want to just watch all of the 4Kids dub and then upset every One Piece fan by being like, actually, I think it's better. Sometimes I think our Sanji voice is like mutating, but it's really,
but
it's not.
It's spot on. It's spot on.
It's very.
We could have been the voice actors for that.
Oh god, what was this the second half of the roller derby? Background MVP was Kiwis but long, and the whole catnip thing is legit. I googled it. Cats are attracted to kiwis because it has like catnip properties.
Really?
Yeah. I need to buy a kiwi and test it, but apparently it's a thing.
Interesting. Wow. Well, we start off at the end of the previous episode. It began the third round of the roller derby. Usopp took off, and then shit was starting to happen in that round of roller derby. But the entire crowd wasn't focused on Usopp and his competitor at all. They were focused on none other than Luffy, who finally had stood up on his sandal skates. And he's just like standing up. He did it. He got up.
I know, and everyone's like pumped for it. I really like that the Foxy crew is just like, they're all marks. They're all just like, we just want a good story. That's all we care about.
Literally throughout this, they're all like, oh my goodness, the drama. We love it. We love this. Oh.
Yeah, they are like the best wrestling audience.
Yeah, as Luffy stand up, his one of his legs was twitching a lot, and it looked like he was doing the stanky leg, which I appreciated a lot. And then right after that, it like panned to the crowd, and you just hear a random voice just go, "What a moment! Inspiring!" And I just like to picture they were really excited about Luffy doing the stanky leg.
It's just a beautiful moment. It's just a beautiful moment.
Just like
there's probably footage somewhere of Luffy doing the stanky leg. Just wait till he gets put into Fortnite.
Oh man, if we get Luffy just like dabbing so hard, like the deepest dab as he like stretches out, that'd be hilarious.
Oh my God.
Just like so embarrassing, but also just incredible at the same time.
I'm gonna get so
happens.
good at Fortnite if they put One Piece in it.
Oh, it's a beautiful. It'll be the new Jump Force.
Anyway, Luffy goes. He starts skating to trying to catch up to Chiquita.
Mm-hmm. Luffy doesn't know how to turn, but he had watched Chiquita before.
Yeah.
Or does he go out of bounds here?
He goes out. Yeah, he starts racing really fast, and then it goes to Zoro, and Zoro's like, "Oh no, I taught him how to stand and skate, but I didn't know how to. I didn't teach him how to turn." And then he just smashes into the wall. But then Luffy like grabs onto the hole he burst in the arena, and then keeps himself from flying out of bounds. And then he
I think he gets knocked out of bounds. He stays in. I'm confusing this with the last episode. I watched this episode a while ago.
I'm pretty sure he stays in bounds for that. I think he gets knocked out later.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I watched.
Oh, that's right. So he gets knocked out, and he watches Chiquita, who is transformed full cheetah now.
Yes. Yeah.
And he watches Chiquita turn really fast by like grabbing on with his tail.
Yes.
And it's just a very scary, like horror movie shot of Luffy staring through a hole.
Yes. So it's just basically now down to Usopp trying to catch Chiquita, and then Robin's there.
I think Chiquita is like 14 laps ahead of him.
Yeah. So then Robin starts like grabbing onto Usopp and launching him forward. So then Chiquita is going even faster, and then there's like a dude with lots of arms on the other team. I could not be bothered with names. I know you were endeared.
It's Jubei.
Yeah, you were endeared by all of.
I like this team. I think
could
they're
not
really
be
good.
bothered with their names. Even though they are all Straw Hats now, we'll get to that later.
These guys have all.
Oh, sorry, no, they're not. They were released. Sorry, they were Straw Hats momentarily.
But they were Straw Hats. This crew is more Straw Hat than Vivi.
Oh man, that's true. I mean, I feel like they unspokenly made Levy part of the Straw Hats. Like they invited her.
Yeah, but she didn't take it. And I'm going to reveal who the 8th Straw Hat is at the end of these episodes.
Okay, sure. I can't wait. It's Shelly, right? It's Shelly.
It's Shelly. Shelly is the 8th Straw Hat because she never
Shelly
got dismissed.
Shelly the horse never got dismissed. She was just left behind.
So Shelly is officially a Straw Hat.
Yes. Jubei, arms dude. He's got a lot of arms. He grabs Robin. And then Foxy uses his slow beam to slow her down. So then Sanji orders Zoro to run out of the arena and go cut down one of the long trees that has the kiwi on it.
With 8th member of the team, Shelly.
With Shelly. So that the tree that we could get the kiwi to distract Chiquita. because it's like catnip to the cats.
And Zoro cuts down the whole fucking tree. He's like, I won't be fast enough.
It's crazy though. They're like building so much tension in this like Western, like 70s Western spaghetti Western music's playing as Zoro's like galloping on the long horse Shelly towards this tree. And it's like Chiquitita's 15 laps ahead and there's only 10 seconds left. And then it's like 16 laps ahead, 5 seconds left. And then Zoro just cuts down the tree and it falls down onto the arena. And then Chiquitita just launches himself out of the arena onto the tree because he's a cat.
Yeah, just rolling around making monkey noises.
Yep.
And then we come over to Luffy's turn, and I forget who is he skating against.
Well, we get one more turn. We get Robin's turn as the skater.
That's right.
And then Nami and Usopp are scheming.
Come up with a plan.
What do they call
this is the point where Luffy learned how to turn.
Yes. Nami and Usopp come up with a contradictory verbal assault on Foxy, where basically one of Nami like is bloviating and like complimenting Foxy to get him all excited, and then Usopp immediately calls him split head and like insults him, which makes him like completely collapse in shame and disgust of himself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like the two of them building him up and knocking him down over and over and over again to keep him distracted while everyone else is doing things.
Can I say this is the only arc so far that has really just illustrated every single Straw Hat's individual strengths.
Yeah, it has.
Like, it's done a very good job of showing all the skills they all possess and the areas they struggle with. It's the best arc of One Piece so far.
I mean, it is technically, it's like it's not the first canon filler, correct, historian?
This is, I mean, it's weird because it was its own arc in One Piece. Arguably, it's one of the shortest. But it's what people, refer to as like the true filler canon. Granted, most of the filler, as we've talked about, was cover stories that were expanded upon. But this just outright was its own arc. But it doesn't really have.
Was it in the manga?
It was, yes.
Okay.
I believe Molten Garnet posted a photo. It like is sandwiched between trying to remember what volumes it was. I think it was like, it was started in volume 28. It's all of 29 in the first couple issues of the one after that. But keep in mind, a volume is only 10 chapters. Yeah. So this was brief.
Yeah.
So it was, I mean, I feel like it makes sense because it's filler, but also it is a great storytelling chunk where Oda could fucking actually do some character development that's just not revolving around a just giant crisis, even though it's kind of a crisis, but it's not like the end of the world crisis.
I think that's like what I like too, is like I like really low stakes stories that still have like personal stakes.
Yeah.
It's like why recent Spider-Man stuff is good, but also like it's always world ending. And I feel like the best Spider-Man is like, he's like, I just don't want guns to be in my neighborhood, or I don't want a rhinoceros man in my neighborhood. Like, I feel like the lower stakes stuff is always more interesting and a little bit like it's just more personal and fun.
I feel like it's also probably, I mean, I can only assume, and you know what they say, assuming makes an ass out of everyone. But I don't know, it's probably an easier way to tell a story as well, because you don't have to come up with something that people are going to try to relate with that's on like a world ending, universe ending scale. It's like, oh no, they just have like a roller derby competition that they have to win, but to do that, everyone gets their turn at trying to help the situation, which is great. It's fun.
There's a reason sports anime does so well, right?
Haikyuu.
Yeah.
They spend literally like an entire season of episodes on like one game of volleyball. But it's you're so invested.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
God, what else happens here? Robin dupes past everybody. Nami steals Portia's baton, so she can't hypnotize anyone.
Yep. And that's basically it. Robin very kind of easily wins the round by Nami and Usopp doing their compliment insult sandwich. And then the final round, the Foxy crew is going to have their most devious trick yet.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. What is? I don't remember.
Basically the I don't remember his name. The sword arm dude.
Mm-hmm.
From Foxy's crew is skating, and then the rest of the crew are just sitting on the sidelines. And then Foxy has earplugs in his ears, so he can't be distracted by the contradictory verbal assault from Nami and Usopp. So then the sword arm dude starts going, while Luffy is also going, but Foxy's slow beams can reflect off of the sword arm dude's sword arms because they're shiny. So Robin's like, well, I'm not even gonna skate. So then she just like sits on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like,
and she she gets she holds Foxy back as Luffy gets back into the game, and then Robin makes him shoot himself with his slow beam.
Yeah.
Did I skip anything? Oh, I had a note.
Yes.
Why doesn't Zoro just knock Foxy out at this point?
I think
there's a rule against it.
I don't know. That's interesting because I don't think there's a rule against it in this particular game.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say he didn't knock out Chiquita. He just cut down a tree. I don't know if he was just like, I don't know if the intention was Zoro's just like Zoro is trying to be like loyal to the games.
It's weird. I feel like it's a step down from like dumb Zoro. He's like very indifferent in this.
He is. I don't know. I think he's probably. I don't know. I can only assume. I think he's probably pissed off at Luffy for agreeing to these stupid fucking games, and then also, he's probably like, well, if we're gonna play it, we're gonna play by the fucking rules. And then his dad, he's like an angry coach dad.
He is
who's
like
not
he
the
doesn't
coach.
want to. Yeah, he doesn't want to be there, but he's also like not fully invested and yelling at the one emotionally vulnerable kid.
Yeah, exactly. We've all had coaches like that when we played sports,
True.
right?
Yeah, but good news for this soccer dad, Luffy wins.
He does, and then we get a slow motion still shot of Chopper crying in joy at the end of the episode. Freeze frame on Chopper crying. End of the episode. Now, next one, episode 215.
If you can dodge a Luffy, you can dodge a ball. Background MVP is the 40 Foxy pirates who immediately got eliminated.
Yes. But before we get to that, Luffy chooses Chopper to come back to the Straw Hats after winning the first 3 games of the Davy Back Fight.
That's it. Game's done.
Games are done. All done. The Straw Hats can leave. Foxy Pirates can leave too. Chopper comes back to the Straw Hats, and he's just like,
so naturally, Foxy challenges Luffy again. And why would Luffy agree?
Why would he agree? Because
why would he do that?
Why would he immediately say, yes, let's play 3 more games. It'll be a great time. But he does, because he's a dumb fucking idiot.
That's great. He was having fun. He enjoyed himself.
Yeah. Usopp and Nami beat him up.
Yeah. A lot. So we get 3 games again. It's team-wide dodgeball. I don't think they say it at this point, but it's a race, a green light, red light race, and then a boxing match.
Yep.
Usopp and Nami, a couple Foxy pirates walk by Usopp and Nami talking about how they don't want them on their crew.
Yeah.
Because like Usopp and Nami are like, they're definitely gonna pick us, that 100%, and they're like, God, they're just like mean and useless.
Yeah, we don't want them at all.
Yeah. I took so many notes, like play by play of everything that happened in these games.
Before they even start though, they're showing the teams, And they're like panning the field, and it shows all of Foxy's pirates, and then Robin's just sitting in a chair reading the rule book on his side of the field. And then like it pans to the Straw Hats, and it's like the rest of them are on the other side of the field. I was like, why is Robin sitting over with the Foxy pirates?
It's dodgeball. They have the like the defense people around the outside of the opponent's ring to throw the balls back.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just very confused. I was like, why is she sitting over there? Why is she doing it? Anyway, it's fine. It's fine.
I think was it Robin and Nami who were on the defense, like.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And that's why that's how all this
that makes more sense.
Foxy Pirates got eliminated by Pan when he throws the ball.
That makes more sense now, Matt. I should have been paying more attention.
Play hit and dead ball. So it's hit and dead ball.
Yep.
So it's all 7 of the Straw Hats versus all of Foxy's crew. Chopper steps up for the jump in with Luffy.
Yeah.
With his he takes a rumble ball, goes into jump mode, jump whatever,
jump force,
yeah,
jump point.
I mean, you want me to give you the play-by-plays here?
I mean, you can.
I like didn't take notes on specifics of like the crocodile fight, but I've got everything that happened. Foxy gets hit in the face. Zoro and Sanji take out 18, 9 each of the Foxy Pirates. Luffy takes out 10 after being like, oh, I can do better than that. Then Hamburg, Chopper throws, using his arm point, throws ball at Hamburg, who catches it. Big Pan gets the balls, both of them. Usopp gets fucking destroyed. Big Pan throws, everybody dodges. Usopp just fucking takes it and gets launched into the 22 other Foxy Pirates who all get eliminated. Meanwhile, Robin eliminates Hamburg with a hit on the top of the head because she's reading the rule book, so she knows that there's a rule. Also on the sideline there is a elderly referee who is completely by the book, like not allowing any cheating, and he's like, nope, that's legal. So Robin's just speed reading, figuring out all the rules, any loopholes. Meanwhile, Sanji gets seduced by a bunch of women and Portia who ask him to get out, and he's like, yeah, of course. And he gets eliminated. There's a moment.
So fucking annoying.
There's my favorite Sanji moment in these episodes, though. So, oh god, at this point it's Foxy,
Zoro.
It's just Foxy versus Zoro, Luffy, and Chopper.
Yeah.
So Foxy busts out the Mr. Acu Cannon, which the rules say is the only legal weapon.
The only legal weapon. You can't use any weapons in this game, but this specific one with a name.
Yeah, that's branded.
Yes.
Zoro, so he shoots that at Luffy, but Zoro jumps in front and cuts the ball in half, which is illegal. So he gets eliminated.
But he says something when it happens.
Oh, I missed that.
Because Zoro he's not looking, or it's like that's
right. Portia is trying to hypnotize everybody.
Yeah, so
everybody has to close their eyes. Yeah.
So Zoro closes his eyes, and then Foxy shoots Mr. Acu Cannon at him, and Zoro and he just goes, I don't have to see, I can feel. And then
and he slices with his hand.
With his hand, he chops the ball. He's like, I'm still a swordsman, even without my swords.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can't do that. And they kick him out of the game.
And then Foxy gets another ball, so it's just Luffy and Chopper. Chopper goes into defense point, so he's all poofy, and he takes a hit intentionally to the face for Luffy. He get down, Mr. President's Luffy. He gets hit in the face, but gets knocked just out of bounds.
Yeah.
But the Foxy Pirates are so behind Chopper, they'd be like the sacrifice.
They're like, before they realized he was out of bounds, everyone's like, hey, he's out, and Chopper's like, but I got hit in the face. And then everyone's like, he got hit in the face, he should still be in the game.
They're all chanting.
Yeah. And then Foxy even goes, he's like, oh, a true man of the sea.
Yeah. Foxy respects the game. Part of the game is just cheating. It's fine.
So stupid.
It's beautiful. I hope it's a continued thing where nobody hates Chopper.
I mean, his fucking bounty we saw on your T-shirt that you got is only 50 berries.
I
So
know.
I'm sure even the Marines don't hate him. They're like, oh yeah, he took some cotton candy. It's fine.
Yeah. God, what if that's just the price of the candies?
I fucking hope so. I
that would be
fucking
amazing.
hope so.
All right, so the Foxy Pirates initiate their big attack, the omnidirectional shift. And they all just have a bunch of fake balls. And then Nami hears somebody say, like the ref say, like, oh yeah, those are all fake. Fake balls are illegal. And then Nami tells Luffy that they're all fake. And Foxy's like, oh shit. Okay, there goes my plan.
Yeah.
So Luffy gets ready to throw the ball he has, but he pulls back too far and Portia takes it out of his hand. So they do shuffle time for a while.
Shuffle for a very long time.
Luffy just says, I'll just have to catch all the balls. And he does.
Yep.
He catches every single
one.
one. And then Foxy shoots him with Mr. Accu-Cannon, catches it in his mouth, and Luffy eats it. And specifically says, was it rule 999, no swallowing the ball?
It was on the final page of the rule book. No ingesting the ball.
Yeah. So he is out, and the Straw Hats lose. I wrote a special note under this that says, give me 30 more episodes of Davy Back games. I want to bring in the Buggy Pirates. I want Arlong to come back. I want them all.
Historian, are there any other Davy Back fights ever again in One Piece so far?
I want to see Shanks versus Luffy Davy Back games.
Not to the extent that Micah wants.
But there are still Davy Back games?
I'm not going to say there's not Davy Back games the same way I'm not going to say this is the last we see of Silver Fox Foxy.
So you're saying there's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance.
One Piece isn't over. This is going to end with Davy Back games.
It ends.
Goldie Roger's going
honestly,
to walk out, and he's going to have a basketball. He's going to be like, all right, Luffy, let's take it to the court. I never died.
If One Piece ended with Davy Back games, that would be... I don't think a lot of people would be happy about it. I would be happy about it, because it is truly a culmination of just how silly Luffy is.
Yeah.
It just ends with like another one-on-one basketball game, because it's just Goldie Roger, and all he doesn't have a crew anymore. He just has the One Piece.
Yeah. And it's just a basketball, and he's like, hey, Luffy, ball is life.
Ball is life.
Ball is life.
Take it to the court. And then
I used to work at a summer camp. I have to imagine, I don't know if we learn more about Goldie Roger. I have to imagine he has like Luffy energy. But I used to work at a summer camp, and one of the counselors would, whenever he had a group of kids, he would teach them. He's like, when we go anywhere, we chant ball. Ball is life. Ball is life. And he would just be walking with a trail of kids, and he would be holding so I think eventually he got a ball on a stick, but he would always have a basketball, and he'd be holding it up, and like ball is life, and just like getting the kids super pumped up.
Ball is life. Ball is life. That's awesome. I love that.
And do I have I thought one of my episodes was called Ball is Life.
Are there any good
Sanji Ball is Life?
Are there I'm trying. Sanji Ball is life. Ball Man is life.
Ball Man.
All right, here we go. Episode
16. I was about to jump to 18. Oh yeah, Squid Games.
Squid.
Background MVP was I don't know, some cliffs. I couldn't really. There wasn't a lot of background stuff happening.
Yeah. Foxy chooses Robin to join the Foxy Pirates.
Mm-hmm. And she could not give less of a shit about it. And the Straw Hats are all devastated.
Yeah. And then Foxy says, "How do you like them grapes? I mean, apples."
Whatever. Yeah.
Whatever.
It's all an inner monologue. It's fantastic. What I like is like, I feel like throughout all of this, I was like, surely he's got like some big devious plan, but he's just flying by the seat of his pants. Like he's not much of a mastermind as he thinks he is.
I mean, he definitely has done this a lot before based on the size of his crew. So like, I think it's just like down to a science now where they're just like, oh yeah, so then we're going to do this and then we're going to do this and then we're going to do this. And it ends with me in a boxing match against whoever their captain is for all of their crew. Cause that's how it happens.
It's a good way to do villains. I like that he's not perfect, you know, as much. Hey, everyone listening, and I know some of you are not going to like this take. I think Foxy could 100% beat Eneru.
Wow.
There's no way lightning holds up when you slow it down.
I mean, I think there's, at least with the couple people that I know that have talked about Foxy in the Discord and the spoiler general, a lot of people really enjoy that Foxy, like, for all intents and purposes, if he was not just like a goofy little guy winning these games, his devil fruit is super overpowered.
And he is not a fucking slouch in a straight fight.
Yeah, he can
punch.
The thing. He can punch.
Yeah.
He throws hands. We'll get into it. He throws hands with Luffy and holds his own with, like, not a lot of people can get punched in the face by Luffy and be okay. He has no problem with it.
I mean, it's already been confirmed that the One Piece will be a tangible thing. It will not be the friends we made along the way or the lesson we learned. But I'd like to think Foxy doesn't know that, and he is just trying to collect as many friends and crew members as possible, because if it's going measured by, like, how many friends we have, Foxy's like, oh yeah, I'm winning. I just stole, like, 800 guys.
Yeah. Oh, man. We're going to get the, like, Avengers Endgame scene at the end where all the crews that people Luffy has interacted with along the way just like appear through portals because somebody got like the whole fruit and they all come through the holes, and Foxy's gonna be there and he's like, half of these are mine. They're gonna think it's all over, and then Foxy's gonna roll up with 10,000 pirates. He's like, I just went back and collected the rest of the Grand Line. I even got Bellamy.
Even though he was dead.
Bellamy's probably fine. Nobody can die.
Nobody dead.
That's why this works.
Dead.
There were no stakes of anybody dying, which meant there were actual stakes.
Hey, Foxy almost died.
Yeah, that's true.
And
they would kill off Foxy. I'm just saying, like, fucking Eneru. Jesus Christ. What a slouch.
Anyway, Foxy chooses Robin. How do you like them grapes? I mean, apples, whatever. They're going to play red light, green light.
A.k.a. Dash Touch Domination, a.k.a. DTD.
Do you have play-by-play for this one, too?
Yeah, all of them, Matt. Even the boxing match. I really genuinely enjoyed this. I would be fine if One Piece continued to be this. Just this shit.
Who's to say? We don't know. We have no fucking idea.
So it takes place on held on Long Reef. It is just red light, green light, and it's all the Straw Hats except for Luffy. And then Foxy's team is Portia, Hamburg, Chiquita, Capote, Pickle, and Pan. Or Pickles. Pickles.
And Pan.
Somebody insults Foxy and he's continuously just devastated, and I love that character flaw. The course is to the Foxy Pirates' favor. They have like a straight line, and the Straw Hats have like a wiggly line. There's some good Zoro happening here.
Some very good Zoro that happens here.
And they choose Tanjit as the stoplight, so it's up to him to go green light, red light, but he has to hold the like green light as a word and then red light as a word, which is not how I thought it was done. But
I don't think he has to hold it. I think he just did because they're on Long Land Island.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
I thought he was just doing it because that's how he was taught to play. Maybe, I don't fucking know.
Must have been, yeah.
And he's just like red, like just really long.
Yep. It starts. Zoro and Sanji get the like lead for the Straw Hats. Chiquita, Portia, and Hamburg are winning. Pickles and Pan try to get revenge on Sanji and Zoro by throwing a big rock at him. But Zoro cuts the rock in half and Sanji kicks it at them.
Yes.
And it at that point when it's midair, Tanjit says red light. And Pickles and Pan are like, we can't move or we're out. And then they get hit with the rocks.
Which forces them to move.
So they are out. I don't know why Chopper doesn't use speed point here, but probably the little man just has so much anxiety. He doesn't think to do it.
I wonder what the turnaround time on like Rumble Balls is, like if he has to like wait. I know in the past he's like popped. Yeah, he's popped
two in the dodgeball game, so I don't know.
Maybe it's like I don't know. Maybe it's like if he popped 3, he'd explode. So like without a cooldown.
I was gonna. Okay, so I'm pretty sure at this point, because I was like, I'm pretty sure this gets expanded on. At the point that you guys are at, I think it's mentioned earlier on, but Chopper does say something about he never goes beyond 2 Rumble Balls.
Okay. Probably for
because
heart reasons.
Well, because I thought it was, or am I totally misremembering this? That like he took too many and went ballistic.
Never go full Rumble Ball.
He definitely talks about his like the Rumble Balls at some point. He talks about his Rumble Walls.
Rumble Walls?
Rumble Balls.
Putting up Rumble Walls.
But it is a thing that
Rumble Ball secrets.
You can he tops out at 2 for a reason.
Okay, so it's like 2 within 24 hours. It's like allergy medicine. You don't want to overdo it. You don't know why, but you assume it's bad.
Yeah.
Hell
okay.
yeah.
What happens? Zoro gets lost somehow.
Zoro
even
gets
though
lost.
he's with Sanji. So Sanji, he's like, oh, it just ended. Where did it go? And he like can't look up and see what happens. Mm-hmm. Sanji takes a shortcut, catches up with the rest of them, while Capote chases Usopp, Nami, and Chopper.
Yep.
Tanjit falls asleep. Did Capote... Oh, no. Chiquita catches up to... He's about to touch Tanjit when Tanjit sneezes in Chiquita's face.
Yeah.
And then Chiquita's out.
Yep.
And somebody says, even his boogers are long.
It was gross. It was really gross. It was super gross.
Nasty. I feel bad for Chiquita.
I don't feel bad at all.
He doesn't seem like a bad dude. He doesn't even like do any cheating. He's just really fast.
He's a cheetah. He cheats. It's in his name.
He hasn't cheated once.
It's in his name, Mike. It's in his name.
Of it.
He's always cheating. That's how you can never tell.
Sanji, Hamburg, and Portia are in the lead now. Sanji taking, I think he's ahead of all of them. But Portia, oh man, what happens? Portia and Hamburg fall off a cliff.
Yeah, Portia is like hanging on to Hamburg, and Hamburg is hanging on to the edge of the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sanji's about to touch Tanjit. But then fucking Portia screams, and then Sanji's just like a lady in distress.
Yeah.
And then
so she can swim, dude.
Fucking lady in distress bullshit. So then he runs to go catch her. Mm-hmm. And then he's got her in his arms, and he's just motionless.
His upper body is motionless.
His upper body, because the red light goes off from Tanjit. So Sanji's motionless on his upper body, but below the water, he's like furiously treading water.
Until Portia kisses him, and then he just sinks immediately, and she gets angry at him for it.
Yeah, because it gets both of them out.
And then fucking Zoro catches up.
Yeah,
finally finds his way, kicks Hamburg, who climbs back up, and kicks Hamburg into Usopp, Nami, and Chopper, who are about to win. They're like, we'll all touch Tanjit together to win.
Yep.
And Hamburg lands on top of him and accidentally taps Tanjit on the face.
Yes.
Fucking Zoro.
I'm a fucking mark, so of course I'm feeling the feelings that the TV is trying to get me to feel, where I'm immediately at the end of this episode so mad at Zoro, I'm mad at Sanji, and I'm mad at Luffy for putting them into this predicament entirely, because they're going to lose a Straw Hat no matter what, because Foxy's taking Chopper back. So
unless
I was so
Nami
mad.
can cut a deal.
I was so fucking mad.
But it's fine because we get over to episode 217. AKA Eye of the Foxy. Background MVP is Foxy's face. There's a lot of Foxy faces.
There's a lot.
So Foxy chooses Chopper naturally. And Chopper's at least happy that Robin's there too.
Yep.
I was curious if that, like, when they win this, my theory was that they win and then Robin's just like, well, I just defect from your crew.
Yeah. Like, I'm just going to leave
leaves.
now. Bye.
It's like, you can't keep me here.
Yeah.
It's like that part is voluntary, which is like the biggest loophole in the Davy Back games, which I think makes them very fun.
Yeah.
Straw Hats come up with a plan. Nami wagers 5 crewmates for the 1 or for the 2. And Foxy agrees, but puts 500 of his on the line. 500 versus 5.
Yes.
Which means that they also would get their offspring and their offspring's offspring and their offspring's offspring's offspring.
Yeah.
Just because they need to equal out. And this is the combat rounds.
Yeah.
And they spin an unbiased cannon around to see where they're going to fight, and it spins and it's facing the opposite direction of the sexy Foxy ship, and then it immediately like turns around 180 and shoots a cannon onto the ship. And then they immediely build like a fucking sweet like raised arena like stands around it. We cut to Luffy and Usopp entering a dressing room. And they're like, whoa, look at all this stuff. And Usopp is like, this is more of like a costume closet than a dressing room.
Yeah. And
Luffy's like, oh, God, I think he has like a samurai wig. And he's like, maybe I'll wear this one. And Usopp's like, no, this is it. As he's reaching toward an afro. This whole fucking, oh my God, I love it so much. Afro Luffy. So Foxy is 920 and Matt is putting on a blue afro right now. For me, the feed is getting all fucked up, so he's so choppy.
I know the camera doesn't want to broadcast Matt. And
it's really scary because it's like all artifacted.
Wait, what's going on?
You look like
your
you're
camera's
in an
getting all
indie horror
artifacted.
video game.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. What if I do this?
No, it's just because of the connection, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's
but
okay.
I'm doing a fun visual bit on this audio podcast.
Matt has a blue, like as if Buggy wore an afro. That's what.
You have to respect the afro, Mike.
Respect the afro. Fucking Zoro doesn't. Usopp is putting on like a who is the tall hair fucking boxing coach guy. I can't remember his name. It was like borderline Macho Man, like Usopp, like really pumping Luffy up. I don't know if you wrote any lines.
I literally wrote he was doing a Macho Man impression.
Yeah, it's like Macho Man and like, was it like, oh man, what's his name? Coach, is it King something?
I mean, he's doing like a weird Macho Man, but also like fucking, who is it? Paulie from, not Paulie. I'm thinking Rocky. Who the fuck is this? Oh God.
Oh, Mickey.
There we go.
Yeah. He's like, you're gonna go places, and then
You're
like
gonna go places, kid. Look
Luffy's
at that afro.
Luffy's putting on a voice. He's like, yeah. Afro Luffy comes out, and everyone's like, look at that afro, and everyone's so into it. And then Zoro's just like, I don't think this is right. Everyone.
I wrote the note, is this problematic?
No, it's fine.
Because I don't know, just the voices and like the afro, and then like Usopp's like, you ready, Luffy? And then Luffy just goes, yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh my God.
You know, we are not the ones to decide.
It's true. It's fair.
I'm, you know, in the world of all the problematic things I see, this one seems pretty low on the scale, I would guess, but who knows? So Luffy has a wig on. I don't think Nami's crazy about it either. I think Nami's like, what the fuck?
No, Nami's not crazy about it at all, but like the rest of them, including Robin and all of them, are like, oh yeah, that afro, look at him.
And
no one could beat him.
The best part is that like I thought for sure there was like an impact dial in the afro, or Usopp hid something in the afro, because Usopp is like, he's got the afro, he'll be fine. There's nothing else to it. Which is the funniest joke. All right, so the fight starts. Foxy immediately slows Luffy's hand as he goes to punch them, and then all of them starts wiggling. So Foxy slows down the rest of them. He does a 9 tails rush where he just punches Luffy in the face a lot, and then it doesn't really kick in until after the slow beam wears off. Then there's slow-mo arrows that Luffy falls into. There's just a lot of like slow-mo traps, like cannonballs, and like Luffy's trying to grab onto them and like getting launched every which way. Luffy explodes a lot. Nobody in the audience can tell what's happening, which I think is great. Foxy launches the slow Foxy face bomb cannon, which is just like a shit ton of Foxy heads coming toward Luffy really slow, and one of them is just Foxy as he's like going in line with them. It is terrifying. And Foxy also has explosive gloves. He's got like weird spiked explosive gloves. And then the episode caps off with all of the faces exploding and everyone thinking that Luffy's done for. And then the Foxy pins are going off for some reason. And we're speeding through it. It's not going to be a 2-hour long one, you guys.
This is like the fastest episode we've ever done.
Which sucks. I just don't have a long one in me, but I do. I could rant about these. Episode 218. Luffy Balboa versus Foxy Creed. Background MVP is Afro Love. So Luffy dodged the explosion. I drew a little picture of Foxy or Count Chocula in the top right corner of my page. It's got some hearts around it. I fucking love this dude so much. He's so much fun, and nobody can convince me otherwise. He's like if Jigsaw had like a sense of humor. So Luffy dodged the explosions by jumping up to the mast, but Foxy actually blew himself up a little bit.
Yeah.
Luffy punches him in the spine or like kidney, and he just gets back up from it. It goes into this like there's like all the clouds from the smoke and explosion. He's got a bunch of fake Foxies, and Luffy's like, oh, which one is it? And then Luffy just insults Foxy's hair or something, or calls him an idiot, and then Foxy drops to the ground, revealing his location. So Luffy's able to get a free hit in. Hold on a sec. I gotta let a cat in my room real quick. Sorry.
So anyway, all these shenanigans are happening, but you know what are the best shenanigans? Afros. Afros are really cool, don't you think, Historian?
I can like hear the pain in your voice as you're trying to fill time until
I think afros are pretty cool, actually. I think afros can really set the mood and really bring a lot of comedy and like mirth and joy, and also really like are pretty like handsome. I think afros are pretty cool and really make people look like cool guys.
So Luffy falls into a trapdoor. Conveyor belt sends
Thank
him
God,
off the side of
Mike.
the ship. He almost falls into the ocean, but he climbs back up. He falls for the obvious trap of going in the ship. Foxy hides in a room full of 2-foot tall spikes, and then Luffy just shoots a cannon into the room, hitting Foxy, but he doesn't die. Foxy's not happy about it and does some of the best Foxy stuff. What were you talking about with that?
I was literally just talking about afros. It's fine. It's really, I was not making any sense whatsoever.
Okay. Foxy runs past Luffy, goes to into the infirmary, and then he does his Foxy face transformation. And Luffy enters the infirmary, and it's just Foxy wearing a big like mask, and it's obviously him. And he's like, yeah, he's like, oh, he's not in here. And Luffy leaves. And then Luffy's like, wait a minute, she looked just like Foxy. She must be his sister, and runs back in, and then Foxy's already out of costume and like launches like a weird dog face bear trap at him. And then the same thing happens in the kitchen. Foxy runs to the kitchen and has a chef outfit on and is like just cutting up a fish or something. And Luffy walks in, he's like, wait a minute. I'm on to you. I know you're related to Foxy. And then Foxy's like takes off the mask and slow-mo beams him and beats the shit out of him. And Luffy's just astonished. He's like, you weren't his sister? So he gets ends up getting launched into a whole new room in the kitchen. Goes from kitchen to new room that's just this huge room with a mirror on one side and a big robot. Fucking Foxy is in a mech now called the Gorilla Puncher 13 that is just a wall of boxing gloves all punching constantly on treads with Foxy on top, and like there's like a gorilla head and he's just on a little bike and he's wearing a mech pilot suit. I'm gonna tell
buck wild.
I'm gonna tell future generations this is Neon Genesis Evangelion.
You're doing the I don't even want to talk because I'm like reliving the play-by-play of this. It's so like Kevin McAllister Home Alone, like how ridiculously silly and strange and fucked up that Foxy has like booby trapped their ship specifically for fights. Mm-hmm. It's like why do they have that giant room full of spikes?
Listen, this is like there's like, you know, there'd be like some fucking Dark Souls game or some shit and there's like all these like really intense hard boss fights, but this would be the one you would fucking remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you'd be like, what the fuck was going on with that? What the hell?
This is like the first villain who's really put Luffy on the ropes, I feel like.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, Crocodile kind of fucked up his arm real bad.
I guess, like, yeah, Crocodile did impale him. So we'll put Crocodile above Foxy in terms of how much he fucked up Luffy. But
yeah,
Foxy's right there. He's
keeping on his toes.
Foxy's done so much more than Eneru or Arlong.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah. I know we can get back to recapping. I want the live action series to do so well because I want to see this in live action. I want to see what the fuck they come up with to make this.
It would probably just be an episode, unfortunately, but
I don't care. It'd be so good.
Yeah.
20 minutes of like ridiculous fighting. Like all this bullshit. Like, I love it.
This is just the most fun. Harper, stop. Right. So Gorilla Puncher 13, it's just, I think Luffy's like, how is this thing moving? And then Foxy's like, that's a secret. And it just shows him on a little bike pedaling really fast. And he's like, are you sweating? And he's like, no, your eyes are deceiving you.
No, your eyes are deceiving you.
So he gets punched. Oh, Foxy's there's a mirror behind and he starts shooting slow-mo beams into the mirror. So Luffy has to dodge the slow-mo beams and the punches. And then he does get punched and catches on fire.
Yeah.
So in addition to just being big boxing gloves, they also somehow light things. Why were they impressed by the dials? Why were dials impressive? This can happen. This fucking dude.
But like no one gets to see this part. Just Luffy saw this part, so it's not like he can like relay this information.
I bet Foxy's been to Skypiea.
Probably. With all the people on his crew, probably.
So this whole mirrored boxing thing is happening. Luffy's just like, oh wait, and just spins around and punches the mirror, and Foxy's like, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
God,
there's
Foxy,
like there's a moment right after that where it just cuts back to all the Straw Hats and it's going from each one and they're all acknowledging the afro and the power that it gives Luffy. Like,
oh yeah, I think that's in the next. I think that's in the next one. Or no, it probably happens here too. There's like multiple times where there's like, no, he's got the afro. It'll be okay.
He's gonna be okay. He's got the afro.
All the Foxy pirates are like, he's got the afro. So Luffy does a gum pistol right to Foxy's face, which he just takes. Again, fucking crazy. Luffy gets hit. Oh yeah, I wrote they're really playing up the afro. Because even Robin's like, he's got the afro, he'll be fine. Like, he can't lose with that afro. And Nami's like, even you, Robin? Foxy and Luffy are back on deck. Luffy is up, slow beam, sworded. Oh yeah, that's what that thing is. He takes out a slow beam sword, slashes Luffy with it, which holds him in place, and then Foxy punches him through the mast. Foxy punches Luffy so hard with the Nine Tails punch.
I think he goes
thing.
through 2 masts, because I think both masts are down after that.
Oh, are they? Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Luffy still stands up at the end. And then we get to be continued, and then we're cruising. We're fucking cruising.
We're cruising. We're less than an hour.
with,
we have 1 episode left. What the fuck is happening?
We'll take more time. I'm just excited. And
Yeah.
I've got so many detailed notes.
Usually I'm the one recapping, and you're like, let me fucking go, baby. I'm gonna fly. Is that a picture? Oh my god, what? Michael, look at all those notes. Holy shit. I have like a page and a half.
I give a page per episode, no more, no less.
Your handwriting. His handwriting. It's very, very small on the page he just showed me via the
It's
internet.
all very sloppy because I'm like not looking at the page sometimes while writing down. Episode 219, Sweetest Victory, Love You More Than Luffy Itself. That's a Rocky 4 reference. That's the song that plays at the end. Background MVP is Afro. I did write the note, this is better than any Eneru fight. And then Davy Back Games is in my top 5 arcs. Just to remind myself. At this point, even the Foxy pirates are run over by Luffy. They're all cheering for him, and they're like super excited until Foxy reminds them that they're his crew, and then they switch back to chanting for him. Foxy he locks down Luffy with the sword again, and then he busts out he shoots a cannon ball, slows it down. Then he busts out. This is some fucking Tears of the Kingdom, like Zelda shit, where he then pulls out a fucking a goblin glider out of nowhere, drops it on top of the cannonball, and then rides that into Luffy. Luffy tries to dodge, but he speeds up and fucking hits him. Luffy gets blown up. There's lots of like Luffy up, Luffy down. He gets knocked down, but he gets up again. And as he's getting up, he sees a reflection of light hitting him in the face, and then he grabs something, a mirror, and Luffy realized the last episode that the fish dude with the sword arms could block the slow beam because it was shiny. So he knows Luffy. This is the most, aside from the crocodile fight, this is the most Luffy has planned. But the Afro did save the day because glass got stuck inside it, not because he meant to. It just happened.
Just happened to be there. Do you think Luffy would have beaten Foxy if he had not just happened to have the mirror stuck in his afro?
I don't think so. Luffy's really on the ropes here. He's gotten the shit kicked out of him. Again, I don't think Foxy could beat Luffy in a straight fight at all. Like, if they just went blow for blow, Foxy would be down. But fucking this is still a lot of fun. So they have a punch off. At this point, Foxy's just like, I'm just going to punch this guy. So he does the Megaton Nine Tails rush, and that's versus Luffy's Gum Gatling. They're just punching each other in the fists. And I think Foxy starts to take some hits to the face, so he gets ready to slow beam, but Luffy punches the hand that's going to slow beam with the glass, so it deflects it into Foxy. And then Luffy busts out, I think, a new move. The Gum Flail?
The Gum Flail?
Or did he do this before? He may have done this before.
I don't think he did the Gum Flail before. It does look similar to other moves, but I don't think he's done the Gum Flail before. Historian?
I have so much One Piece information in my brain, but no, the debut episode of Moves is not not in
That's
there.
fair.
I'm very sorry.
I'm gonna Google.
I can
Gum
hold
Gum
on.
Flail.
No,
Let's-
you can't Google it, Mike. You can't Google it.
No, I'll
Luffy
look it up
dies?
right now. Hold on.
The
Gomu
Gum Gum
Gomu
Flail was
no
originally-
techniques. Okay.
What if after the time skip
Pistol,
it's not
rocket,
Luffy? It's Bankai.
bazooka, Gatling. What did we say this was? Flail?
Yeah.
First used against Foxy
Mm-hmm.
in the
Alright.
manga.
Busted out a new technique for Foxy.
There we go.
And it's him. Yeah, I love the fucking wind up punch over your head.
Just fighting savant Luffy. So he Gum flails straight into Foxy's face as he's slow mode. Fucking Afro saved the day. And then Usopp gets everybody in the crowd to count down with him as they count down when Foxy's just gonna get launched. After Foxy lands in the water, though, his entire crew breaks the stands as they rush to go save him from after he fell in the water.
Mm-hmm.
It was a commercial break, and then we cut back. Actually, oh my god, one of these fucking episodes had like the announcer guy say, "And now for a word from our sponsors."
Yeah, and then cut to commercial.
Yeah, that was really good.
Earth
So we get back up, and Luffy's being treated by Chopper, and Usopp is poking him, and Chopper's like, "Stop! You're gonna kill him." You need to- And Nami is like, "I can't believe that stupid Afro saved him." And Sanji looks at her and says, "Hey, let's not disrespect the Afro here.
Yeah.
This is the one time Nami said something, and Sanji of all people calls her on it."
Yeah.
And is like, "No, absolutely, I don't care who you are. You don't disrespect."
Afro precedes everything,
Yeah.
even women, to Sanji. He's like, no. You do not talk shit about Afros. You see that? That is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
So good. So it's Foxy walks up and he's like, hey, like, I'm just, let's be sportsman, like, puts out his hand to shake and then tries to do a shoulder throw.
Yeah.
But Luffy's arm just stretches, so he just smashes his own head in the ground. And then he's like, okay,
Good.
you have to pick your crew. Game's over. So Luffy takes Robin, Chopper. He takes their flag, but their sail also has their Jolly Roger on it. So he paints over it, and it sucks.
Yeah, everyone just goes, it sucks.
Yeah. Then Luffy picks all of the rest of the Foxy pirates except for Foxy, Portia, and Hamburg.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are all, I don't know if the wiki says it, but all these crew members were Straw Hats.
They were.
Legally.
They were all legally and officially Straw Hat pirates.
And then he dismisses all of them after they tell Foxy to shove off.
Yeah. Big Pan was a Straw Hat pirate.
Big Pan, yeah.
And
Chicky
Pickles. And Chicky Cheetah.
And Jubei. And Capote.
Yeah, those guys too. And the Earthworm Jim Man.
And Earthworm Jim Man.
And the Sparrow, the Super Sparrow.
This is the point where I wrote, I was like, oh, Shelly's still a Straw Hat because he chose her to join his crew. And he didn't dismiss Shelly.
No.
So the Straw Hat crew at this point is Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Chopper, Robin, and Shelly.
How would you rate the Straw Hat crew now?
It goes
based on your
Chopper,
most liked.
It goes Chopper, Shelly, Nami, Robin, and the Usopp is I don't know, the rest of them after Shelly. It's fine.
What if Luffy
Zoro
wore
and Sanji bottoms? Yeah, they're bottoms.
They're bottoms. Hey, historian.
Yeah.
This is the most important question about the future of One Piece that I've ever asked in the entire history of the podcast. Does the Afro come back?
Please.
I'm gonna break your hearts on this one. I'm sorry.
It'll come back.
I don't think the Afro. I'm trying to think of any
What if
instance.
the Afro was
of,
the One Piece?
What if the afro's the one? What if the One Piece is an afro?
He had it in the beginning and he didn't know, and now he's got to go back and find it.
He's got to play the Davy Back games to get it. It's
What?
part of the crew now.
I mean, so you're saying the afro hasn't returned so far?
So far. I mean, there's always a chance for it to return in One Piece. Oda's a fucking lunatic with the characters that come back later on.
Clearly loved that afro too. He was all about it.
To quote a spoiler that we talked about last week that we kind of know, maybe the afro is Gear 6.
Oh. Do you think there's how many gears are in a car?
I don't
shift. I don't care. Latanto shows up. He's got a mole. He destroys Tanjit's house, and he's the world champion of hole digging. At this point, the Foxy crew.
He's got a championship belt.
Yeah, at this point, I like Latanto. I would spend more time with Latanto, but the Foxy crew is like all fucked off at this point. And it turns out that Latanto is Tanjit's grandson. It's all nicely like wrapped up. He was so inspired by his grandfather going for the stilt world record that he wanted to go for something, so he just went with digging because he got a pet mole from his grandfather when his grandfather went up on the stilts. Straw Hats leave after Robin's like, hey, you could just dig back to the other people, and he's like, oh yeah, I would have just waited here. Yeah, and then Latanto and Tanjit presumably dig to the other villagers. Oh, I just burped a lot.
That's okay.
Anyway, that's our recap. That's the fastest we've done about the episodes. I don't think I care the most about.
I didn't really talk at all. I just let you recap the play-by-play
with it.
You were so excited.
I wish I was less sick.
I wish you were less sick too.
It's fine. I got tummy. I got some green tea. It's all good.
Tummy
I found
time.
that I can eat like these like Trader Joe's cashews with sesame seeds on them. Those are sitting well. So I've just been eating those all day.
Are they?
That's all I got.
Did you find them on the street?
The cashews?
The Sesame Street?
You got to. I can't even disrespect the afro.
Yeah, I'm wearing the afro. You can't disrespect. This is a great visual bit for people listening to the podcast. Hey.
No, I have to send you the video footage. We might be able to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Talking tech on the show.
I don't know if we've. I don't feel like I've been very funny this episode.
I don't think I've been very funny this episode.
I feel like we've just been recapping.
Yeah, you know what? No more jokes.
No more jokes. Only straight recapping.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
no jokes at all, everyone.
Never
bits
have
allowed?
any
Jokes have left the building.
Okay.
Jokes been asked to leave the room, and here we are.
I don't even think I've done anything funny recently. I don't think I've been. Yeah.
Oh no, Matt's looking like he's winding up to say something stupid.
All right, let's hear it. Hit us.
I'm going to cut
Actually,
him
hold
off
on.
before he can. Here's the game.
Poopy, but.
Fucking nailed it, Matt.
Nailed it.
Peak comedy.
Peak comedy. Poopy,
Oh my
butt.
God.
I just hit my mic stand. I'm so sorry everyone. Those bad audio. What the fuck is happening in this fucking...
I just looked at the Zorro pic again. And it fucking is.
Fucked you up?
Is this? Is this
Zoro's
Alabasta again?
Dobon Honkeros.
So, I don't think it's Alabasta. Luffy is definitely...
Oh my God! Historian hasn't done that to us. Historian could show us an episode from a clip from the
past.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering that a few weeks ago. I was like, eventually Historian can start showing us stuff from the past, and that's where the game gets really good, because then like we might actually know when it is. That's when the game comes around, and it's like, oh shit, the game's good.
Yeah.
Because we're sick of the game, but like the people love the game, but then we're gonna like the game, and the people are gonna probably not like the game. It's gonna ebb and flow, you know. Much like the afro.
Much like the afro.
Anyway,
I'm gonna say episode 221.
I was
Okay.
going to describe the image. It's like
Oh.
it looks like two giant buildings are exploding and like being pushed apart, and then Luffy's in between them, floating, and it looks like
Screaming.
he's. It looks like he. I can't tell if he's screaming. I can
Yeah,
just.
it's the front of Luffy. You can see like the front of his like
His
shirt.
eyes are like bulging.
No, I think that's his open mouth. Like he's like, you know when the Charlie Brown characters look up. Yeah.
Just like that.
And he's got like, it looks like he's got little slippers on.
Ooh,
He's
instead
so
of
little.
his normal shoes.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
So
say
he pushed two buildings apart.
Yeah, when are there? I mean, I'm
When
gonna
are there
say,
buildings in One Piece?
Yeah, the only time is Alabasta, I guess.
Oh, there's Logtown.
Logtown. I'm gonna say 623.
Okay, Matt said 623. Mike, you said 220.
1.
This is 254.
God,
Oh.
gosh darn it!
Matt, super off.
Hey, this could also happen in 623. You don't know.
It could also happen in 623.
I mean,
yeah.
you probably do know because you're the historian, but also
so much is happening all the time, always.
I think you should. It would be really funny if we played the game like this, but then after the fact, if someone who had already consumed all the media like searched the episodes that we picked and thought to see if there were any screenshots that were close to the one that
Oh
we
my
did.
God.
Okay, Matt, what episode number did you say?
I said 623.
Hold on.
This is like a
That's-
multi-layered bit. It's a
I
really
know
good
what
bit.
episode that is, and I'm gonna say
You know what
confidently no.
Okay.
You know what episode that is?
I know what arc it's in, and I can confidently say that's in like what could be considered a tournament arc.
Oh.
So yeah, no, I'm pretty confident that Luffy punching his way out of two buildings is not.
A tournament, you say?
It's not a tournament arc, but it is an arc with that within it a tournament does happen.
Interesting.
But it's not a strictly tournament arc.
Man, so much happens in this show, and we're still just on the
Yes.
cusp of it.
Yes.
And I want to get
Yes!
to all of it as fast as possible, but we're also making a podcast about it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we
We could just
We
have
have
a
to, like-
podcast. We just then binge all of One Piece.
yeah, but then that's not fun for anyone listening.
Do you want your assignment for your next episodes?
We're
Yes,
just,
please.
we're just edging ourselves for fucking One Piece
Don't-
all the time.
Say it like that. Come on, guys.
Come on, guys.
I didn't say
Hi.
anything.
Yeah, Mike, why would you say such a thing?
Don't blame Mike. He's ill.
Well, don't blame me. I'm wearing an afro.
That's true. We can't blame Matt. What are the next episodes?
So you are entering the Ocean's Dream arc. This
Ooh.
is a filler arc, at least filler to the anime. This entire arc is only 5 episodes, so you will be watching episodes 220 through 224.
Oh, cool.
Easy.
And I want you to keep in mind, because I think Matt and I were talking a little bit, I don't know, we were bitching at someone who came to visit our home this weekend about One Piece. Specifically the fact that there are episodes that are currently coming out that are still being so well received, and the fact that this has been going on for essentially 20 years at this point. And Matt, you were talking about like the episodes you guys are watching came out a decade ago, and the content is
2 decades.
still new and still fresh. So just for point of reference, the episodes you are going to be watching came out in February 2005 in Japan and did not get dubbed and come to the US officially until August 2013. So there was still an 8-year gap between it being released in Japan and it receiving an official dub here in the United States. So what you are watching came out in the US a clean decade ago, but had already been in Japan for 8 years.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
So these episodes are old enough to vote currently.
Jesus Christ.
Um,
Oh, man.
Let's do. We do have a transponder snail.
Yeah, I do have some
then-
stuff I can talk about too that I was messaging the historian about.
Oh,
'Cause
cool.
We can talk about it. It's
Let's
spoilers.
talk. Let's talk about it after
The
transponder snails.
yeah.
Transponder snails. That's the theme song to transponder snails. I just made it up
Okay.
here on our was
I
it
know,
38th podcast?
We need a little ditty, like in Blue's Clues when they go to check the mail.
Set up your because I don't want to edit. Set up your soundboard.
Okay. Transponder snails. That's it. That's
All
it
right.
right there.
You read it. I don't feel
Hello,
good.
everyone. Welcome to the Transponder Snails segment of the show, where we read emails in Transponder Snails from friends and listeners like you. I don't know why I'm presenting it so officially. Anyway,
Never had before.
we have another fantastic matchup from friend of the show, Ben Tenaru. To give context, Ben Tenaru has given us. Ben Tenaru has some sort of bracketed tournament of fighters from some from One Piece, some from some other anime, and so we've been talking.
I don't know
about
a lot of them. I love it though.
We've been discussing who would win in a fight, and we don't know who's matching up against who. So here we go. It says,
I assume
from
all our
Ben
takes are
Tenaru.
wrong.
Yeah, all our takes are wrong as well because we don't know a bunch of the characters.
But also
this
they are the canon correct
Yes.
choices.
This is from Ben Tenner, who says, "Hey, Matt, Mike, and Historian. I forgot to ask what battle to do again. I'm so sorry, but it's been solved, all thanks to the Historian. Thanks, Historian. The battle is Zoro versus Ben 10. We have 2 more to go, which is 2 and 4. Which will we choose? Sincerely, Ben Tenaru." And then there's
Well,
another
one of
question
them's a
for
child.
Historian. That just
Also,
says, for the
hold on.
Historian, do you want to see the list for the next tournament?
My answer to that is yes. And before
Yes.
you guys answer, pick 2 or 4 because you say it at the start of reading this email and then you never go back and pick the next tournament number. And poor Ben Tenaru has
Two.
to ask in the Discord.
Also, hey folks, this is a One Piece podcast. We also a Fun Piece podcast. We also have a Discord. I haven't talked about it. You should join the Discord. It's in the
It
link
is-
in the description.
And now you can mark off Discord plug on your bingo sheet for those keeping track at home.
Wait, was that added?
I'm just a big, fat, dumb, stupid idiot. What else is on the bingo card?
Sanji.
Anyway,
kept
Zoro
holding-
versus Ben 10. We've talked about Ben 10 before. Mike and I still have not watched any Ben 10.
Listen,
But
I
I
already
feel
know
like
about Extreme Steve or whatever his name
it's
is.
Ultimate Kevin, Mike.
Ultimate Kevin. Sorry, his arch nemesis is Extreme Steve.
I feel like we're learning so much more about Ben 10
Oh, I
from
listed
Ben
off all the
Tenaru.
aliens that one time.
You know what? I'm going to go wild here.
Ben 10?
I'm going to say Ben 10 would win this fight against Zoro.
I think, yeah. Let's say it. Ben 10, this boy who I assume is 10 years old because of his name.
I love Zoro so much, and I think he could fight real good, but
He
I
might
think
hold
Ben
back.
10,
I think he'd hold back. And then Ben 10, we know, would not hold back and would murder at the drop of a hat.
I think Ben 10 would just turn into like a GPS, and then Zoro would be like, "What is this? What is this sorcery?"
Okay. Okay.
Zoro's dead.
It just intimidate him. He's like, "Oh, he knows
Is that one of
directions."
the aliens? Is that one of the aliens? Is a GPS?
It's a GPS alien.
Oh my god.
Just,
I hope that eventually like after there's like a training arc, like maybe after the time skip, and they're like, "Zoro, what did you do?" He's like, I trained and I bought a TomTom.
what did you do, Zoro? I bought a map.
Look at this. It's like you're holding it upside down. I got my TomTom with a Samuel L. Jackson voice.
He eats the TomTom fruit.
The TomTom.
The TomTom fruit. That's it. There we go. Anyway, Ben 10 is the winner of the fight versus Zoro. Ben Tenru.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
then we're gonna
for
choose
your
number
transponders.
was it 2 and 4?
Yeah, you choose. Yeah,
two.
we start
2 dose.
2 dose. Sorry, historian told us to choose a number, and then we immediately started talking about who would win
I
the
said
fight.
2 in there. It's fine. 2.
Okay, 2.
2.
2, please. Thank you. Historian's
So-
going to see the list at the next tournament before us. Wow.
Yeah.
Have you?
I mean, not that anything I say sways the decision, really. You guys are just
no.
You have the
Doing-
ultimate sway. What are you talking about?
We're gonna say the exact opposite of what you want us to say.
yeah.
Don't
So
worry.
that's why I just refrain from commentary.
I know. Matt, how much have you been paying attention to the intro? Because I actually watched it 3
Matt
of these
skips
episodes.
it every single time
Okay.
without hesitation.
I-
It
Did you
bothers me
notice
so much.
There's an exploding house at one point. Did you know that it says Frankie House?
No.
Somebody's gonna do an urban terrorism on Frankie.
I mean, fuck. I don't always skip it, but I tend to watch it when I'm watching a slew of episodes in a row. I'll watch the first time and then I'll skip it after that because I'm binging. But then sometimes I let it go. The only thing that I really focused on and really paid attention is the Luffy and Usopp fighting. I know I brought it up in a different episode, but I'm like, this. I feel like so much emphasis is put on it in that intro, and I'm like, I feel like this is a big thing.
It's probably gonna be like a throwaway.
It's
Just
gonna be
watch.
so annoying if it's just a throwaway.
There's a lot of Luffy and an afro in that intro too. They knew how important it was. So maybe you're right. Maybe it is going to be a big thing. I noticed there's a Usopp looking dude with a baseball cap who jumps off a building.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it
and then
Yasopp?
or maybe it's Aesop.
Usopp.
Oh, Usopp.
Mike, you also might recognize that character. Friend of the show Galaxy a while ago did all of those art submissions and drawings that we could request characters with, and the character that you just referenced of the Usopp looking gentleman who jumps off a building was the character I had requested.
Oh,
Whoa.
oh shit! Oh, I'm excited. He seems fun. He reminded me of
Interesting.
Sonic the Hedgehog for some reason. There's also a budget smoker because he only had one cigar and blonde hair.
That's another favorite.
Okay.
I have a figure of that one.
Oh, what else did I notice?
Is
feel
that
like
the
there was, like,
fisherman
some-
guy?
He has ropes.
Whatever.
He's not a fisherman, but he has
He loves
ropes.
Does
ropes.
he have fish on the end of the ropes?
Nope.
He probably ate the
Interesting.
rope fruit. I was trying to think if there's anything else, but the Frankie thing, because I thought Frankie was going to be I think later, and you said probably soon.
I'm just guessing. I don't fucking know. They keep.
Well, I mean,
literally
that,
at the end of
that
this,
confirms it.
at
Within
the end of this arc, they literally are off to go get a shipwright. In last time they kept saying they wanted a doctor and stuff.
They went and got a doctor.
They went and got a doctor. So I'm assuming they're we're gonna go get a shipwright. Maybe there's a shipwright. We need someone. We need a ship. They say shipwright a few times in this arc.
Yeah. And we see Frankie House explode. And it looks like it's got 2 fists. Did you notice that in Tears of the Kingdom, the shrines look like 2 hands opening a butthole?
Hell
think
yeah,
we've all
I did.
noticed.
You did notice that? Okay.
Oh my goodness, yes, I did. And then someone said no, they're dragons, and I'm like, no, that's definitely 2 fists.
They're
opening
definitely
up a butthole.
dragons. There's an Ouroboros theme, but it looks like 2 hands at first glance.
What
It's like
does
the McDonald's cup
Hell yeah.
or Dunkin' Donuts cup.
Does the Frankie house? You said the Frankie house in the intro has arms on it.
It's got 2 fists on both ends of the sign.
Does it look like it's holding open a butthole?
It doesn't, because they're going out. It kind of looks like a belt, actually. I don't know if you can... I could just send that to you on Discord, but
What? No, I don't have to do that. What was the hole we were talking about a few episodes ago on the ship? For water to seep out of?
yeah, the one that Usopp and Chopper plugged
lumber
up.
hole?
Oh, yeah, the butthole of the ship.
Yeah, what's
Oh,
the
I don't
butthole? We
remember.
were talking about the butthole of the ship.
It's a water drainage.
We had this exact conversation like 2 episodes ago.
Shit, it's fine. It's fine. There's a week. If anybody's like me, they can't remember anything a week ago. So
Everybody loves the butthole talk.
sometimes I listen to this podcast before we record so I can remember if I already said something.
I sometimes do that. Yes.
It's a scupper.
Scupper
Watch this
hole?
be a different thing.
Do you think
A limber hole? Yeah, limber hole.
Limber hole. Do you think that the Frankie house has a limber hole, and that
But Frankie has a limber hole.
They put explosives into the limber hole and then blows up Frankie's entire family, and that's why he agrees to join the pirates, because his family's dead?
Probably.
Oh
I bet
God.
That's what I'm going to assume happens.
I bet that happens, and also he tried to fall in love with a really tall, skinny girl named Canola Oil, and then a guy named
Are you quoting
Buenas,
Frank?
because Frankie is clearly Popeye.
He's Popeye?
Yeah.
Is he
Do you see his
Popeye?
forearms?
He does have big forearms.
Yeah, that's what I know about Frankie. It's big forearms.
God, I know he's just from that one TikTok clip where everyone hugs his limbs and they make a mech robot out of their bodies.
I'm excited to see that. I can't even imagine.
I don't know what episode it was. That could be like 800 episodes from now.
Good.
That might be years away for us for watching.
I think that's going to be a good bit away for you guys. I'm very sorry.
Shit. Anyway.
Can I make one adaptation to what I said earlier? Because I know someone's going to come at me for it.
Sure.
Yeah.
The arc you are going to be watching, Ocean Dream arc, is less based on a cover art story and actually was released alongside as kind of promotional. I think I might have mentioned this when One Piece Film Red was about to come out. They took like a hiatus from actual plot and did a couple episodes based off of what was going to be happening in the new movie airing. So this 5-episode arc released alongside the release of the PS1 game One Piece Ocean's Dream, which came out May 1st, 2003. So these were coming out in like February, March, and then the game came out a couple months later.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
So if you don't hate this arc, there is a PS1 game you
There's
can
a
play
PS1
of it.
companion game.
Yeah.
Ooh, Mike. That sounds like
Bon Clay is in it.
Oh, fuck. We got to play it.
It's a role-playing game.
Ooh. Speaking
How
of
much is
role-play
it?
games,
There's no way this came out in America.
should we let the listeners know on the thing you were talking about doing in the Discord? I mean, we were talking about it with everyone in the Discord anyway.
Yes, because
What?
I also, I think I had posted something about it in there as well. So I believe it was Ben Teneru in the Discord very kindly suggested being like, hey, here's a really cool One Piece D&D podcast. If you guys like D&D, little did he know the can of worms he was going to be opening, because we all really like D&D.
But what if we do this and then we lose?
We're not going to lose the footage this time, Mike. Shut
We're
up.
not going to lose the footage.
Not going to be a dumb, stupid idiot this time.
I have not had a chance to listen to that podcast, but I did find the compendiums for it, basically, which is like altogether like close to 600 pages of a world building guide, a dungeon master's guide, and a player's guide that someone made for Dungeons and Devil Fruit, which is just like the One Piece spin-off to 5e, which is, I mean, the work this person put in is incredible. I will make sure if we start using it, I will, post a compiled list of all of the sources we will be using. Most likely this is going to be something that I GM for the group. The players will most likely be Matt, Mike, and I believe Sebastian.
We haven't talked to Sebastian about it, but
He doesn't know he's been
volunteering
It might just be-
volunteered
yeah.
for this, but
We're gonna
I figure
play.
it's better than just the two of you.
We're
DMing
gonna-
for two people is difficult.
We're gonna play. Bonnie and Dosico.
Yeah, I was curious. I wanted to take a look at it because I'm just like, oh, do we get to like can we not have devil fruit powers?
So that is an option for players to start with devil fruit powers. I have to read into that specifically a little bit more. I kind of briefed over that because I'm like, oh man, I hope they don't make me do that. But we can absolutely take a look for you guys to do session 0 and roll characters.
Okay.
And go from there. What?
I was gonna say, should we we can pull the Discord and be like, if we were to choose devil fruit powers, just like make that everyone choose our devil fruit powers for us.
Oh.
There's no way I would be able to let more than one of you have a devil fruit power.
Yeah, one of us has to be able to swim.
Okay, that's what I'm like. One of you has to be able to swim.
Maybe Sebastian has to have the devil fruit, and then the two of us are just the dumb idiots.
Well, yeah, I think it also depends on, what kind of class and race you are choosing. I think I sent the class list for you guys. And again, it is heavily 5e based.
We have to... This is going to be good, because this is how we're going to figure out if devil fruit powers exist or not, because we obviously can't choose something that somebody already has.
Yeah.
But I do think we should have Sebastian encourage him to have the crab fruit, or the crust fruit. So then he is like a Zoan crab man.
Yeah.
Are there crab people yet? Well, I guess he could be a fish man who's a crab. But I think it's
Fishman
funnier
is a race you can
if he
be.
has the crab fruit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I think it's in martial artist class, there is like a specific dedication to fishman karate.
Yeah, they talk
Oh
a
my
lot
God.
about fishman karate.
That's fucking awesome.
Capote
yes,
or Jubei were.
We swear we will release this one.
Yes, this will be properly recorded and uploaded and maintained.
The cooking episode will be released eventually as well. Don't worry. We'll find it.
I have no idea what you did with it.
I don't fucking know either, and I'm gonna if I need to recreate it by myself, I will do it. I'll be me. I'll be Mike.
We'll do another cooking episode, but we won't take substances. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I think one substance was fine,
Yeah,
but then it became 2 substances, and it wasn't fine anymore.
No, don't mix and match. Anyway, so we're gonna watch episodes 220 to 224.
Yep.
I'm gonna see if there's an English version of the Ocean's Dream game and see if that's anything that's interesting, because it'd be fun to stream.
Hell yeah, that'd be really fun.
Do a Fun Piece Twitch or something where we just occasionally play that stuff. I know there's a lot of One Piece games that are like anime arena fighters that I'm sure we can't touch for a couple of years, but there's like a Game Boy Advance game. I played the Grand something on the GameCube, I think.
Yeah.
Or the PlayStation.
Yeah.
That one was pretty fun. I only got to Logtown, I think, when I played that. Because that was before I even knew what the fuck Smoker was.
Yeah.
So... simpler times.
Historian, was it anyone in One Piece's birthday today?
Oh yeah.
I have it open. So you guys last celebrated on the 23rd.
It was Big Lips
Phil. In the meantime, the only birthday that has passed that is someone you know was on the 26th, which I posted in Discord. One Piece character of all time, Koza.
Koza.
I don't believe you're gonna hit a birthday before next week of anyone you know. Oh no, we do have a birthday coming up. Do we? Hold on. Nope, I clicked the wrong month. Where the fuck am I? No, you will not have a birthday prior to the next episode you're going to be in. There's so many birthdays. There's one for literally every day of the year at this point. But you don't know any of them.
And we know we've met more than 500 characters too, with Foxy's crew alone. So,
yes.
Hey,
all
guys.
of Foxy's crew shares the same birthday.
That would be precious. I love them. They're having a good time. Hey guys, thank you for recording today.
Hey.
Yeah.
And I have just one question. what do you think the One Piece is?
I mean, I've been yelling at the end of every episode. I feel like I want to give it to Historian.
Okay.
I have an idea of what the One Piece is, but if Historian has a better idea.
No, I mean, this is kind of your ship. I'll let you have it.
You heard it here, folks. The One Piece is indecision.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Boom. Done.
Bye.
Bye.